Hi, I'm Teja. I'm a developer relations engineer for Harness STO. And in this video, we're going to look at how you can actually configure the base image detection for your container scanning. So essentially, when you perform a container scan on your images using any of the scanners in STO, this is how you usually find the list of all the vulnerabilities in the vulnerabilities tab. So right now I have around 67 issues. And the problem here with me as a developer and the developer persona view, where I come here knowing that my image has around 67 issues, but I really do not know how many of the issues are actually caused by me or from my code. Or to put more bluntly, I really do not know how many of the issues part of the 67 are actually coming from the app layers of the container image. So the reason is when you perform a container scan using any of the scanners, they bundle up and throw all the issues coming from your app layers and the base images, everything at one place. So here you see 67 will include all of that. So for me as a developer, in order for me to fix, I first need to know what of the issues are actually caused or came from the app layers, but not the base images. Because the base image vulnerabilities can be dealt by the AppSec teams or probably maybe upgrading or changing or some other things that can be done by the one who maintains the base image in the organization. But for me, as an app, I wanted to look out the issues that are coming from my code and which is something I'm responsible for and I'm going to fix it. So with this new feature, with STO being able to particularly detect these base images and tag the vulnerabilities particularly from which origin the issue has occurred, this will allow the developers to quickly chime in and actually fix the vulnerabilities that they are responsible for. So to show you, before letting you know how to configure it, what to do, how to set up all of this, I just want to take you a little ahead and show you how that will look like after all the configuration. Also, we'll look in how to configure that, but we'll look in how that looks with the configuration. So here the same scanner, this is the same 67 issues, but now with the base image detection enabled. So here you see the particular tagging for every vulnerability. You see that whether it's coming from the app layers or actually from the base images. So this will allow me as a developer to particularly look in and see what should I fix first, along with the severity and all the other details that STO helps me with. Or if you want to go in detail and look out only the issues that are coming from app, you can just also apply the filter where you see target type, and from there you see the difference. So this is the game changer, where now you see there are like from base image they're like 55. When you look at the application layer, there are only 12. And out of this, there could be some sort of false positive, something can be exempted and all of that. And developer can save their most effective time to actually work on the issues that matters the most. So this is how effective the base image detection can help you with. And there's one more thing attached to it. Right now you see there's only detection happening, but STO can also help you to approve some of these base images so that the policies that you apply on base images and the pipelines need not to be blocked by the vulnerabilities that are coming from the base images. So this policy enforcement and the base image approval mechanism is something that can be covered in a different video that you can look into that. But in this video, we'll focus upon how you can actually configure and set up this container scanning so that STO will be able to tag your vulnerabilities or detect your base images and tag them particularly for your clear visibility and prioritization and noise reduction, all of that. So first and the foremost, you just need to enable the settings from the account settings. So you just need to get into the account settings. So to just give you a heads up and very clear information about this feature is account level. So you would not find this setting available in the organization setting or the project setting. So right here, you see, you should be able to find the base image detection. So this feature, which is the base image detection, you just need to enable it. And this setting is available at the account level. So first step, this to be enabled, and the step number 2 is where you need to scan your base images. So just like the way how you scan your images, you now need to scan your base images particularly using the same scanner. So I just want to show you how I did it and scanned my base image. So I just want to take you to my actual code repository, and from here I'm going to take you to the Dockerfile, and from there I can show you that my base image is actually OpenJDK 8 Slim. So this is the image I should scan. But before you scan it, make sure you note that you need to scan your base image with the same scanner that you use for scanning your container image. So I just want to show you how that looks. So here I am in my base image scanning. So one thing you need to notice here, I have the base image scanning in a different project, and this project is dedicated for scanning all of my base images throughout the organizations. And the reason for it is when it comes to the approval mechanism, when you approve something, it need to be the same project that your base image is scanned. So you can learn more about the approval mechanism and how having it in a single project help you in the approval mechanism video. And from here, make sure you do it in a particular project, and from there you need to have the same scanner that you used for scanning your container image, and that's pretty much it. So I can just quickly show you how I configured it, and then from there here I just configured my container image with the registry type and the name of it, the tag, and pretty much it. So I'm just using open source scanner here. So from the execution history, here is the vulnerabilities tab with all the issues part of my base image. So this is step number 2. And now the step number 3 is where you need to add a little detail to your image Dockerfile. So here I am, which is my Dockerfile here, so which I just shown you. So this is my repository of my image, and from the Dockerfile, if you notice, I just added a couple of labels. So in my Dockerfile, I'm now adding labels related to my base image, starting with the digest. This digest is actually the manifest digest and not the index digest. So make sure you get the manifest digest of your base image and add it in your Dockerfile. And along with that, you need to add the specific tag of your base image and the name of the base image. So you can just use the same format. You can copy this up from the developer documentation and then just take this up and then apply into your Dockerfile, and then you build your image before you scan it. So this is step number 3. So with all of this combined, you can just get in your pipeline. From there, you can just scan it. So this is how it usually looks when you scan with all of this configured, where you have all the labels as I've just seen you. But just to take it a little more deeper, you can just get in a particular base image vulnerability, and when you click in it, you'll be able to find further details. Most importantly, you should be able to find the base origin. So here you can just see the organization name, from there you see the project name, and from there you see the target name. And importantly, you will be able to actually look at when the base image was last scanned. So with all of these details you have in hand, you can just particularly apply policies on it. So to show how you can do that, you can just look at the pipeline tab, and from there you can get into the step which is gripe here, and then you can switch into the output variables. So here, once you have the base image detection enabled, configured, and then scanned your container image for the base image detection, you should now be able to have values populated for the variables that are dedicated for base image. So you can just see that base medium, which is like 14. So what it means is that there are like 14 vulnerabilities that are coming from base image, which are medium severity. And similarly, you can just look out for base high, and then you have base info level, then you have base low, and all of that. And importantly, you also have details dedicated about app similarly, where now you can see they're like app info. Currently, they're like 0 for app info, but then when you go for app high, these are the number of vulnerabilities that are coming from your app image with high criticality. So the question I asked in the beginning about how do I know the particular vulnerabilities that are coming from the app layers, which I can fix in priority. So I can particularly look into the app specific tags and then the app specific output variables, and more importantly, these variables from the step output are heavily used and helpful for building solid policies that you can enforce on your scanner steps for better governance. So besides the container scanning, this is how STO is capable of detecting the vulnerabilities, particularly coming from your base image versus the vulnerabilities that are part of your application layer. Thank you.